Hello all, welcome to Paritranaya. In this class, we shall discuss about tribunals. Again, a very important topic from exam point of view. So what are these tribunals? Why are they constituted for? And what are the benefits of tribunals? So all this discussion we shall have in this class. So why did we first go for tribunals? So tribunals are nothing but they are also like courts. So how we take a case to a court whenever there is a dispute. Similarly, we take cases to the tribunals. Then why did we create tribunals when we already had courts? So this is the next question. So already our courts, whether it may be a district court or a high court or our Supreme Court, they are overburdened with the cases. So in few specific matters where it can be handled by an alternative entity, so the judgment can be given in a very faster manner. So in order to ensure that speedy justice, so the concept of tribunals have been introduced and it has been brought. Okay. So here we understood that tribunal is also functions like a court, so wherein it takes the cases and it gives the judgment. But it gives judgment on specific matters. On which all matters, all those things we shall have a discussion in this class. So first, originally, whether the constitution had the concept of tribunals? No. Originally, the constitution did not have any provision related to tribunals. Very important point to note. Okay. Original constitution did not have any provision for it. So when was the provision related to tribunals introduced in our constitution? Through 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act, 1976. Okay, so very important. Originally it was not there, but through 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. So CAA indicates Constitutional Amendment Act. So the concept of tribunals was introduced. So a new part was added called as Part 14A. So Part 14A of the Constitution, it deals with tribunals, and this new topic was called as tribunals. So why 14A? So we already know there are various parts, Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, Part 14, Part 15 and so on. So this was the most appropriate place where we wanted to fit the concept of tribunals. So that's why, but there is no space after Part 14. Next is Part 15. So that's why an A has been added. Okay. So a Part 14A was added through 42nd Amendment, and this Part 14A, it deals with tribunals. So 42nd Amendment, Constitutional Amendment Act of 1976 introduced the concept of tribunals. Next, this amendment, it consists of, it added two articles, only two articles, means Part 14A of the Constitution, it consists of only two articles which were added by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. So one is article number 323A, another one is article number 323B. Okay. So article number 323A deals with administrative tribunals, whereas article number 323B deals with other matters. Okay. So again we will be discussing in detail later on, but just at a superficial level, administrative tribunals are the one which deals with the dispute related to service. For example, an IAS officer, if he is transferred from one place to another place, and let us assume that there is a mandatory rule that a person should serve in a particular place for at least 1 year or 2 years, but an officer has just served there for 6 months and after that he has been transferred. In such a scenario, an IAS officer can file a case in the administrative tribunals. Okay, tribunals. So this is just an example. Again, we will be discussing in later on. Okay, and other matters. For example, if you have a dispute related to some product, okay, some product, if you are not satisfied with it, so with respect to that product, for example, let us assume it's a food product. Then you, rather than going for High Court or District Court or Supreme Court, so you will go to a particular tribunal which only handles with matters related to food. Okay, such tribunals, they are considered as other matters. Okay, so at the superficial level we shall understand that 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act, it introduced only two articles. One is 323A, which deals with administrative tribunals, and article number 323B, which deals with other matters. Okay, other matters. So important. Next, administrative tribunals. So administrative tribunals, article number 323A empowers Parliament to provide for their establishment. It means whenever we want to create any kind of tribunal or any entity, definitely a law is required. Okay, a law is required. So who can make the laws when it comes to administrative tribunals? So article number 323A says that only Parliament can make laws related to what? Administrative tribunals. Okay, very important. Okay, very important. So for adjudication of disputes relating to. So these administrative tribunals, so what kind of disputes they can handle? They can handle disputes related to recruitment. Okay, recruitment. So of persons appointed to public services. For example, a person has been appointed. Okay, a person has been appointed and some other person, let us assume he has not been appointed. So the person who has not been appointed feels that in the appointment process there has been some injustice. Okay, injustice. So he can go for administrative tribunal. Okay, or the person who has been appointed, if he is facing some kind of problems with respect to these appointment procedures, then he can go to what? Administrative tribunal. Okay. Similarly, conditions of service, recruitment and conditions of service. For example, a person who has been appointed, so later on he'll get to know that what the salary was promised, so that salary is not being given, or the increment which he was supposed to be given, so that is not being given. So if these things happen, then again he can go to administrative tribunals. So here we understood that administrative tribunal deals with both recruitment matters as well as conditions of service. Okay, and of what kind of persons? Only the persons who are working in the government service, not with respect to the persons who are working in the private company. Okay, it only deals with the persons who are appointed to public services, that is government services. Okay.